Hello, and welcome to The Navigator. My name is Jack Corfield, and today we'll be listening to The Tiger Method, an audio drama written by Evan Shumka, edited, produced, and directed by yours truly, and starring Roy Sam McQuade, Allaina and Mitchell Wager, Haley Turnbull, Nicole Darlington, and Padraig Hogan. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Do you believe a human being can transform into a tiger? Consider the space we're in. Actors will step onto this stage and become characters who are totally different from who they are in their daily lives. And for a time, you'll believe them. But where is the limit of this belief? Oh, not yet, Jenna.
Shit, sorry.
It's okay.
Should I just...
Just go back and wait for your cue. And remember, if you feel uncomfortable, just say pause, okay?
Pause. Got it.
Some actors sink so deep into their roles that they lose themselves completely. Does it improve their performance? Have they really transformed? In the final scene of this show, a tiger will emerge from this cage. Or rather, an actor who believes himself to be a tiger. It will be up to you whether you believe it yourselves. My name is Crawford Giles, and I will be acting as your guide tonight, as we examine a case so strange it is scarcely to be believed, but that's your job, to believe it. In the fall of 2022, a film was being produced in Vancouver under the working title, Proud. Some of you may have heard of it. There was quite the buzz in the media after it was announced that Hollywood A-lister Roy McQuade had emerged from a decade-long acting hiatus to sign on to the project. Here to help our discussion is the film's director, Ada Marchenko. Miss Marchenko, why don't you tell us a little about this fascinating project?
All I saw was red.
Slow down. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
You don't want to hear about the...
Not just yet. How about we start with the background? Pre-production. What first got you interested in directing this film?
I don't know if interested is the right word. The script wasn't exactly what you'd call quality. If it was, they wouldn't have hired me.
What do you mean?
It's a competitive business out there, and I've been in it a long time. If you want to find work, you need to find your niche, and my niche is churning out low-quality films and keeping them under budget.
Why would companies pay for low-quality films? Aren't they concerned people won't watch them?
All these competitive streaming services are vying for position. They don't care about quality, they just want content. Especially new streamers trying to get into the business. Most of them go under, but I still get paid.
So when did Roy McQuade join the production?
What's that?
When did...
You'll have to speak up. I've had this terrible ringing in my ears since...
Are you okay to continue?
Yes. I'm getting paid, right?
Yes, of course you are.
Good.
So when was it that Roy McQuade joined the production? For those of you who are too young to remember, Roy McQuade was a huge star of rom-coms during the 90s and early 2000s.
He just called me out of the blue. I couldn't believe it. I was starstruck. He asked to meet, so that's what we did.
Why don't we recreate that first meeting? We have a fine actor here who will play Roy McQuade.
Okay. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. McQuade. A real pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. I've seen all your films.
What? Why?
Listen, I heard about this tiger flick. I want in.
Mr. McQuade, we can't afford you.
Call me Roy. And don't you worry about that. I'll work for next to nothing, as low as the union allows.
Oh, that's very generous.
Then you'll be happy to accept.
Well, the lead is a female part, but I'm sure we can change that.
No, you've got me all wrong. I want to play the tiger.
You want to...
And no CGI either. No costume, just me.
I can't. Mr. Giles, I can't do this.
Thank you, Roy.
No problem, Crawford, old buddy. Call you later.
Are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
He's good, isn't he?
Maybe a little too good.
So you accepted Mr. McQuade's proposition?
Yes, I did. His name alone was worth more than the whole production. And I think a part of me awakened at the thought of making something unique for once. Stupid.
It didn't go the way you'd hoped.
From that meeting on, it was his project. I was just a spectator to his process. Every decision went by him. Script rewrites, costumes, production schedule, shooting, locations. But nothing was more important to him than casting the lead actress.
You mean Jenna Carroway?
That poor girl. I'd never even heard of her. She had no credits. I can still see her face.
Thank you, Miss Marchenko. We'll be getting to that soon enough. That'll be all for now.
Oh, okay.
Indeed. The story of Jenna Carroway would prove to be a tragic one. Let's go back to the fateful day when it all started for her. We've got a wonderfully talented actress playing her tonight. You saw her pop out earlier. She's a little nervous, I think. You're welcome to cry out to her not to do it, as you might shout to a character in a horror film, "Don't go in there!" But I'm afraid we can't change what happened. We move now to the home of Jenna Carroway and her mother, Maria. Nothing much. An inherited home from her late husband's middle-class parents. Still has the corded phone in the living room. Answering machine too.
Hey, Jen. It's Roy McQuade calling. Listen, I want to get you in on this Tiger movie. Your agent has the details. See you there, kid.
Jenna? Jenna!
Jesus, Ma. I'm not even home and you're yelling at me.
You have a message.
What's going on?
Come here, listen.
Hey, Jen. It's Roy McQuade calling.
You never told me you're friends with Roy McQuade. How come you don't introduce us?
I'm not. I've never met him. How did he get this number?
He called you Jen. I don't even get to call you Jen.
There's no way that's really him.
Oh, it's him. I'd know that voice anywhere.
It's someone doing an impression.
It's him. No other voice can make my legs go weak like that.
Ew, Ma!
Call your agent.
No, I told you, I'm taking a break from acting.
Yeah, well, you've been taking a break for 2 years.
I needed to.
Yeah, and now it's time to pick yourself up. This could be your big break.
There's no way Roy McQuade knows who I am, unless he watched me star in Teenage Cannibal Slumber Party.
Well, he probably watches a lot of movies.
You haven't even seen it. No one's seen it, because it only exists on a single hard drive for that oily creep of a fake director to watch alone in his basement.
I never liked him. Gave me a bad feeling.
You said he seemed like the real deal.
Yeah, and I think I also told you to be careful, didn't I?
You always tell me that. It wasn't a premonition.
Those costumes he had you girls in.
I don't want to think about it.
Well, maybe Roy saw those Hallmark movies you were in.
Those were background roles, Ma.
Well, you've done other roles. That's my point. It's possible he could have seen one, and if he did, he would see how magnificent you are.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
You had a bad experience, but it's not all gonna be like that. This is different. This is a real Hollywood star.
You have a disconcerting faith in the moral integrity of celebrities.
Well, it's worth looking into, at least, before you dismiss it.
I don't know if I even want to be an actor anymore. What?
When you're old like me, are you gonna look back on your life and be content that you never continued with acting? I'll make some tea.
Hey, it's...
Jenna Carroway! I've been trying to get a hold of you, but it seemed you'd vanished into thin air.
Yeah, I got rid of my phone.
So how are we supposed to find you?
Well, actually, I just wanted to ask about that. I just got a call on my mother's landline from someone claiming to be Roy McQuade. Probably a prank, but he said you had the details about some tiger movie.
Oh, yes. Very exciting opportunity for you. A starring role alongside the brightest star in the Hollywood firmament.
What? Really? How did he get my mom's number? And how did he even know I exist?
I'm a phenomenal agent. He's very excited to work with you, and he's willing to personally supplement your pay. You can name your price.
Hang on. I don't know if I'm ready to get back into all this yet.
Of course you're ready. The stars are aligned. It's your time, your spotlight. There will never be another opportunity like this.
Well, can you at least tell me what this movie is? If it's Roy McQuade, I assume it's a rom-com.
Certainly. Just replace the rom with horror and the com with killer tiger.
Horror, killer, tiger... And who would I be playing?
A young woman with a tainted past, trying desperately to escape as the tiger closes in on her.
And what about Roy McQuade?
Why, he's playing the tiger, of course. I made this for you.
Oh, Jared.
It's all your favorite things.
Oh, Jared.
I put them in this house.
I love this part.
It's kind of creepy.
No, it's romantic.
He barely even knows her, and he builds her this house filled with all her favorite things. It feels like a baited trap to me.
He's like a bird. He built her a nest.
But it only seems romantic because this movie tells us that these two belong together. There's no underlying threat of violence because we know he's the good guy.
Ugh, it's a movie, Jenna.
It's a stalker movie.
When I was a new mom, I had no one to do nice stuff for me. You didn't have a dad to take care of you or tell me sweet nothings. I never felt so lonely. And during that time, I just watched these Roy McQuade movies over and over, and it was like he was here with us. He got me through.
I guess I'll have to thank him then and tell him my mom has a huge crush on him.
So did you when you were a kid.
I was just copying you.
You used to make him Valentine's Day cards. I still have them.
Oh, God, please burn those.
You were so cute, but I have dibs.
Good. You can keep him.
Just look at the way he kneels to her. His life is in her hands.
Then why does it still feel like he's in control?
Oh, you just have to ruin everything. You will sing a different tune when we're watching you act with him.
You do understand it's not going to be a rom-com, right? He's playing a killer tiger.
A killer tiger?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, is he gonna wear a suit?
I guess they'll just do mocap or something?
He's gonna look like the Frosted Flakes guy. Oh, wait, shh. This is where they kiss.
He doesn't know what to do with his hands, does he?
Well, that's what love is like. You don't know what to do. Oh, look, and then they dance. Why can't we break out into song and dance in real life?
Because we don't have time to rehearse.
You don't need to rehearse. Get up.
Oh, but Mom, no.
Dance with your mother like when you were little.
Too tired.
No such thing as too tired to dance. Now get up.
Jenna's mother, Maria, refused to appear on our program, but she did provide us with some details about herself and her daughter. It was difficult for Maria as a single parent in Coquitlam, but she had always done her best to encourage Jenna to pursue her dreams. We asked her if she regretted that now, in light of what happened, and she chased us out of her house with a rolling pin. It's nice to see them now, at the beginning, before it all went wrong.
I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. She wasn't even supposed to be there that day. We were shooting the first scene when the tiger escapes from the zoo. We set up the shot. Roy McQuade was in the cage. No mocap, no costume. I hadn't heard him speak a word in weeks. Hadn't seen him. No one was allowed to see him, except for some of the crew. He made them treat him like an animal, fed him like one. And then he was in the cage. You could hear him growling before the cameras were even rolling. I said, "Action." Oh, I've had so many nightmares about it since. I'm not even sure what really happened. Dave, who played the zookeeper, he opened up the cage and Roy McQuade stepped out, moving like liquid, you know? Like a current. And it was him. We could see it was him. But he was also a tiger. Dave was scared, for real. So was I. So was the whole crew. And then McQuade turned and saw Jenna Carroway at the back of the studio. We didn't even know she was there. And he just went after her. Was it my fault? Us women, we tend to take the blame for what men do, as if they don't think for themselves. But I can't stop feeling guilty. Whose fault was it for letting a wild animal loose? He wasn't really a tiger. It was his fault. He wasn't really a tiger. He wasn't.
Coming! Thank you. Jenna, I think it's here.
Must be.
Open it! Open it!
I don't know why they don't just email it. Prowl. I guess it's not the worst title they could have picked.
Oh, it's scary. That's good. People will go see it in the theaters.
It's gonna be streaming. It's not gonna be in theaters.
Well, when they see how great you are, they'll have to put it in the theaters.
I'm gonna go read this and see what the damage is.
Oh, don't be like that. Stay out here. I'll help you run lines like you used to.
Ma, I don't know my lines yet.
Shush, 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 shush. Just sit down. Here.
This better not turn people against tigers. They're already endangered.
Oh, hush up. The tigers will be fine. Which one are you?
Let's see. They wrote it down. Huh.
What's that say?
Jen.
So that's why Roy McQuade called you Jen on the answering machine. It's your character.
Why'd they give her my name?
Easier to remember that way?
I guess.
Okay, let's see. Scene 1. EXT. What's EXT?
Exterior.
Ah. Exterior. Toronto Zoo. Night. How come they're not filming in Toronto? Don't they make movies in Toronto?
It doesn't matter. Maybe the tiger takes an overpriced train to Vancouver.
A zookeeper closes up for the night. Wait, you're not even on this page.
I'm not gonna be in every scene, Ma.
Well, let's skip ahead to the good parts.
It's not gonna make sense if we skip.
Ah, horror movies never make sense. Oh, here you are. Exterior, park, night. Jen and her boyfriend sit together on a bench. Oh, is Roy McQuade playing your boyfriend?
No, he's playing the tiger, remember? Also, he's way too old to play my boyfriend.
Men look more distinguished with age.
That's a double standard.
I'm gonna read the boyfriend's lines in Roy's voice just in case. Oh, Jen, you look so beautiful tonight.
That's your best, Roy McQuade?
Hush up. I'm not an actress. When you get to Hollywood, you're gonna be a star, but you were my star first.
Ugh. I hope he gets killed off soon.
No, he's sweet. It's your line next.
You're so sweet.
See, now say it like you mean it.
Who wrote this dialogue?
Read it with feeling.
You're so sweet. But you wouldn't say that if you knew.
Knew what?
When I was a teenager, I got my first starring role in a movie. I was so excited. But the director, he wasn't who I thought he was. He had me and the other girls in these costumes and put us in front of a green screen. Wait, what the hell is this?
That sounds like...
Yeah, it does. It just keeps going. What the fuck is this?
I guess that sort of thing happens to a lot of people.
It's me. She's me. No, I don't like this.
How about I make some tea?
How do they know this stuff about me?
Take a deep breath. I'll just put the kettle on.
Fucking voicemail. Hey, what the fuck is this script? Who the hell wrote this that put my personal information in here? Why do I feel like someone set a trap for me? Call me back or I fucking quit.
Jenna didn't quit. Her agent assured her that anything in the script that made her uncomfortable would be cut. Furthermore, she would be consulted on any subsequent changes. The director, in fact, was a woman, and that calmed Jenna's nerves a little. The alterations, of course, had come from Roy McQuade himself. But how exactly did he know about Jenna's past? Here to discuss this is the director, writer, producer, costume designer, and editor of Teenage Cannibal Slumber Party, Lloyd Richards.
Hey, great to be here.
Yes, thank you for coming. Oh, no, thank you. I don't do hugs.
Ah, more of a European. I getcha.
Oh, thank you. Okay, that's your seat there, yes. So, Lloyd, how would you describe your connection to Jenna Carroway?
Yeah, yeah, Jen's great. I actually discovered her, really. She was young and eager, and I was the first guy to take notice of her talent.
Right, now quickly, because I can only stand to share the same space as you for so long. How did Roy McQuade get a hold of your unreleased film?
I guess you could call it word of mouth. I showed it to a friend of mine, and he told another guy about it who works in the industry, and so on until eventually I get a call from Roy McQuade. I couldn't believe it. I'm not too turned on by his movies, but I knew who he was, obviously. He asked me about it, and I say, well, it's not quite finished. I'm a perfectionist, you know. But Roy doesn't care. He offers me quite a bit of money for it, which, you know, is not what it's about for me. But, you know, I just thought I had to share Jen's, to expose, to help to what I think was, to propel Jen's career forward.
Which didn't turn out too well for her in the end.
You could say that, but she's been immortalized, like Marilyn Monroe. You know, she will never grow old. I made her immortal.
Yes, well, I think our listeners get the idea.
You know, I actually have another idea for a film in the works.
Can we please show Mr. Richards off?
It's a documentary about the making of Teenage Cannibal Slumber Party. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey there. Oh, I like that. Whew, yeah, a little lower. Like that. Oh, hey, where are we going?
But what was the purpose behind all these script changes? The script was changed right back, no problem. So why bother in the first place? Unfortunately, we can't bring Roy McQuade himself here to tell us his motives, as he is currently non-verbal and locked up in the Toronto Zoo. However, we do have an undated journal entry obtained from a search of Mr. McQuade's trailer, which our talented actor will read to you now.
There's something special about that Jenna Carroway. I don't think this'll work without her. I'll have to prepare her, just as hard as I prepared myself. Get her into the right headspace. Acting is all about the environmental factors. It's nurture as much as nature.
Hey, great job. You know you're not really Roy McQuade, right?
Crawford, of course I am. I am to them, so I might as well be. And, you know, I think he was onto something. I think I'm onto something.
Huh.
I was on a bus, headed home from a prep meeting with the makeup team. It was a long way home. It always feels long. I used to listen to music, but since I got rid of my phone, I just put my headphones on and think. Sometimes I listen to other people talking, and I kind of tune them out. Like when you say a word too many times and it loses its meaning, or when you squint until everything is blurry and your imagination just fills in the gaps. And so I'm on the bus, and I hear this guy telling a long story to his friend. I'm not even sure what it was about. It sounded like a ghost story. But I never heard if he said it was a story or not. And he told it like it was real.
I have a cousin who works at the zoo. He's closing up for the night, and he decides he's going to check on the tiger habitat. And who's he see but Hollywood actor and heartthrob Roy McQuade in there, with the tiger. My cousin, he says, "Hey you, get out of there." But McQuade, he gives my cousin $2,000 and says to leave him be. That's all just fine by my cousin. Famous people are crazy, he says. Next week, it's the same thing. He checks in and there's Roy McQuade again. Only he's prowling around on all fours, moving like liquid, you know? Smooth like a river. And he's getting up close with the tiger. So my cousin says, "Whoa there! That's a dangerous animal, sir." But McQuade, he just gives my cousin another $2,000. But this time he says nothing, except for a low kind of growl. Weird, my cousin thinks. Famous people, they're all crazy. He comes back the week after, though, hoping to snag another $2,000. So he checks the tiger enclosure. Only now, he sees 2 tigers inside, where before there was just 1. My cousin, he just gets right out of there. He tells me, "You remember, famous people are crazy."
What do you mean there were 2 tigers?
I'm telling you, there were 2 tigers.
Where was Roy McQuade?
There was no telling the difference. My cousin, he bought a jet ski with the free money.
Jen! It's me, Lloyd. Jen! Hey!
Pause!
What's wrong?
I feel unsafe.
Can you continue?
I don't know.
Based on Maria's recounting of what happened, and compared with Lloyd's own version of events, Jenna was walking to her next stop when she ran into Lloyd. She tried to avoid him, but he seized her. Lloyd tells us they had a pleasant catching-up conversation before he hugged her and they parted ways. Though perhaps hug is not an apt verb for what someone like Lloyd does.
More like coiled. Jenna felt small, ashamed, gullible, like a teenager again, like he's still behind the camera.
Yes.
People are scarier than tigers.
Do you think so?
If a tiger attacks you, it's just being a tiger. But when a person does it, it's because there's something wrong about them. And a person can attack you and pretend that's not what they're doing. Look at him, just frozen. He's not scary on his own, is he? It's the context that makes him scary. We can do it differently.
Sorry?
We can change the scene.
We're recording what happened.
You just told them what happened.
Well, yes, but...
I want to do the scene differently. Please.
All right. But you know it doesn't change what really happened, don't you?
Yes. I understand.
Jen? Oh, is that you? Oh, wow, you look... You've grown.
When's the movie coming out, Lloyd?
I know. I'm just about to submit it to some festivals, but, you know, it's still missing a thing or two. I'm a perfectionist. Actually, you know, it'd be a whole lot easier to finish if you came over sometime and we could reshoot the climax. I still have your costume. It's been giving me a really hard time.
It's on you, isn't it?
Teenage cannibal slumber party? Of course! I never go anywhere without it.
No other...
Actually, it would only take a couple minutes. My place is just down the...
Is there any other copy?
What? No, duh. This is exclusive content. Private viewings only.
You have it on you.
What?
Give me the hard drive.
What? This?
Give it to me. Now.
Hey, no, that's mine.
Get off me! It's mine.
Fine, keep it. Fucking crazy. Fucking bit me.
What are you gonna do with it? I'll watch as much as I can take, then destroy it. But not right now.
Was that the only copy?
I hope so.
Well, I'll get you the hammer for when you're ready.
When I was a kid, I thought every time you played a DVD, all the actors had to get together and do the movie again. Like it was live.
I used to kneel in front of this TV after you'd gone to bed and pray for Roy McQuade to crawl out of it and make us a complete family.
Really?
I never fully believed it would happen, but I thought if I did believe, if there was no doubt in my mind, it would happen, and you'd have a dad. But I could never get rid of the doubt.
Ma, I didn't want Roy McQuade for a dad. It was enough having you.
Aw, sweetheart. So, when do you start filming?
Next week.
You got the new lines memorized?
Pretty much.
And they're better?
Less personal, anyway. The third act is all just screaming.
Well, drink lots of ginger tea to help your throat.
Yeah.
Do you, want to watch a movie?
More Roy McQuade?
Only if you want.
Sure. May as well get used to seeing him.
The following scene is a work of fiction, but that doesn't mean it's not true. The curved glass screen lights up. Jenna slides off the couch and crawls towards the screen. She taps the glass.
You in there, McQuade? Must be hard work having to perform every time someone plays a DVD or a VHS or streams you.
It sure is.
McQuade?
Call me Roy.
Mom was right.
She never really believed. Not like you. What you believe becomes reality.
Did you really go into the tiger enclosure?
I sure did.
Did you really transform?
I'm getting close.
Come on out where I can see you.
Roy McQuade crawled out of the TV set. Jenna retreated to give him room. They stood, and Roy dusted off the costume from the movie, revealing a tiger print suit.
Howdy, Jen.
You don't look like a tiger to me.
Oh, just you wait.
That suit looks ridiculous.
I'm dressed up for the awards.
Is that why you're doing this? For an Oscar?
Come on, Jen. You make me sound so superficial.
What's this all about then?
Transformation.
You can't actually turn into a tiger.
Just watch me.
Why? What's this all about?
Do you know the only thing higher up on the food chain than a famous actor?
A tiger?
A tiger!
So this is about power.
My mother always told me that I could be anything I wanted. Anything. And I'm out to prove her right. Don't you wish you could be everything your mother wants you to be?
So what do you need me for?
No one can be anything unless someone else believes they can. I saw you in Teenage Cannibal Slumber Party, and I knew there was something special about you. Your belief is infectious. Oh, I can put on a pretty good performance on my own, but real transmutation requires a great co-star.
You're crazy, aren't you?
That's what happens in show business. They don't tell you this, but every time you put yourself on screen, it takes a piece of your soul. Every VHS, DVD, every streaming service, even every USB hard drive is you. Featured, frozen, in moments of your life when you pretended you were someone else.
I'm gonna destroy it.
You haven't even watched it yet, have you?
No. Hold on.
You can't take it back. That piece of your soul, even if you smash it to bits.
Oh, God. You really think you're him, don't you?
I am Roy McQuade, and soon I'll be a tiger.
I think you should get back in the TV now.
Are you scared of me?
Yes.
Yeah, you are. You're in character. Want to practice our final scene? You're Jenna, and I'm the tiger.
Were you out here all night?
What?
You were passed out when I went to bed. You shouldn't sleep on the couch. It's bad for your neck.
Guess I just conked out.
Well, I had a dream about Roy McQuade last night, but I'll spare you the details.
Thanks.
I got it.
Delivery for Jenna Carroway from Mr. Roy McQuade. Say, is that the Roy McQuade?
Crawford?
Hello, delivery for...
Something's wrong. Roy thinks he's Roy. He actually thinks he's Roy McQuade.
He's just in character, Jenna. Now, get back into your scene.
It's for you.
I don't want it.
Oh, don't be like that. He got you a gift. I'll bet it's expensive.
I can't do this.
Oh, now that's classy. My darling Jen, looking forward to working with you. Your co-star, Roy. Isn't he sweet? Are you sure you don't want to open it?
I know what's inside.
Well, I'll do it then. Ah! Oh my God.
Dead mouse?
It's real.
What?
It was supposed to be a prop. Poor thing. Maybe it's just a prank? You know, castmates pull pranks on each other all the time.
This is not a fucking prank. It's psychological warfare.
Well, some people have weird senses of humor. Famous people, they're different. They think different.
He's not famous. He just thinks he is. And soon he'll think he's a tiger, and then... Am I gonna die like she did?
Hey, we're just acting. You're okay.
I don't like this. If this is what acting is, I don't want to do it. I can't do this again. I'm trapped. I can't do it.
Hey, it's okay. Come here. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. There'll be other projects.
What if they're all like this? What if the whole industry is just a hunting ground for a bunch of apex predators?
Well, it can't all be like that.
Why can't it just be a job?
That night, Jenna got in bed with her laptop and plugged in the USB.
I've been trying to figure out why Jenna went to the set that day. We don't know. Her mom didn't know either. What was going through her head?
Teenage Cannibal Slumber Party begins playing on her laptop. Young Jenna puts on a skimpy pink costume. She looks vulnerable, like a mistreated doll.
Hello? Are you real too?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I guess so.
You want to get out of there?
Okay. If you believe I can.
Wow. I forgot what I looked like.
Yep. This is how we appeared in Teenage Cannibal Slumber Party. I'm sorry.
For what?
For putting you through that.
That wasn't your fault.
Still, I wish I hadn't. I really screwed you up.
I'm not that screwed. You were a kid. I don't blame you.
Still, it was my job to set you up, and I thought that's what I was doing. I thought if I could do this and do it well, then you'd be set.
Your job was to be a kid. Leave the adulting to me.
He never released it, did he?
Nope.
I knew what we were making. But the other girls and I think we just thought he would release it, like he said. And, like, our talent would shine through. All the other stuff.
It did. I never even got to see it before. But you were great in this.
What are you going to do about the shoot?
Nothing. They can find someone else to be tiger bait.
And then what?
And then nothing. Acting isn't worth my soul. I'll find some other purpose.
You know what I wish I'd done instead?
What?
I wish all us girls had gotten together and made our own movie.
Yeah. That would have been fun.
We can still do it.
Maybe.
Does Mom still have the hots for Roy McQuade?
Oh, it's so much worse than we knew.
Maybe this'll finally cure her.
Not unless he eats me alive.
When's the shoot?
I'm supposed to start in a few days. But I think they start filming tomorrow. The opening scene I'm not in.
Why don't you go check it out?
What, just visit the set?
Yeah, I bet you Roy won't be expecting that.
Yeah, you're right. He won't be expecting that. I don't have to play the role the way he wants me to. This is my role.
Yes!
I'm taking you back.
Thank you.
Let's go catch a tiger. It's gonna end the same for me, isn't it?
And now we come at last to that fateful day, the first day of the shoot. Do you believe in destiny? When Jenna was young, she believed she was destined to become an actress. Those of us who have lived to see and learn what happened that day might say she was fated to die this way. Was all this inevitable? Did it have to happen this way? We cannot go back in time and see if it could have been any different. This is how it happened.
Mic check. 1, 2. We good?
We good.
Okay. Where's my coffee? Okay, people, let's move it. Oh, God, it smells like a kennel in here. Hey, is he in there?
Yep.
Did you see him go in?
No, I think he's been in there all night.
No wonder it stinks in here. Famous people are all crazy. All right, we'll start with a wide shot and then get...
Actually, Mr. McQuade left instructions to start with his close-up.
He left instructions? What am I even here for? I'm feeling a little redundant, Mr. McQuade. Wow. Famous people.
A light shines on the crew. Jenna enters discreetly and sits in a chair with her name on it. Ada takes the director's seat, just ahead of Jenna's.
All right, we're rolling. Slate.
Brow, act 1, scene 1, take 1.
Action!
The lights fade. A spotlight hits the cage. The zookeeper steps into the light.
Endangered my ass.
He's not really a tiger.
You think you're so strong, huh? Then why are you the one in the cage?
He's not a tiger.
You want a piece of me? Huh? You do? Well, all right then. Let's see who the apex predator is around here.
Don't open it. Oh, he is a tiger.
Roy McQuade steps slowly out of the cage on all fours, shirtless, marked with tiger stripes. His movements are exactly those of a tiger. The way he walks, the sweeping of his head, the hang of his jaw, it's all in the movement. He is a tiger.
Nice. Kitty.
And cut. Great job. We got it. Let's do the next one.
Wow, man. Love what you're doing. Love it. Do you think you can let up, maybe?
This was a mistake. Pause. Pause! Crawford?
This is how it happened, Jenna.
We don't have to recreate the actual dying part.
You'll be fine.
No, I won't! He's crazy!
He's just in character.
No, it's not gonna happen like this again.
It'll all be over soon.
Roy couldn't become a tiger on his own. He needed Jenna to believe in him.
You can't change this scene.
Watch me. Is that the best you can do, Roy? You don't look anything like a tiger. Not even close. I don't believe you for a second.
Jenna, that's enough.
Oh, no, you don't.
Let go of me.
Little help?
Let go.
Let's try something else. I'll be Jenna, you be Roy. Excuse me, are you Roy McQuade?
Why, yes, I am.
My mom is your biggest fan. She absolutely adores you. I was basically raised on your movies. We watched them every night. That's great! That's just like that movie. Hey, do you think I can get a picture with you to show her? She's gonna be so excited when she hears about this.
Anything for a fat... You're encroaching on my method.
Totally, I get it. I wouldn't want people coming up asking for pictures all the time.
I'm a tiger. I'm a tiger.
Hang on. You're not Roy McQuade at all, are you?
Of course I am. Hollywood superstar, Roy McQuade.
No. You look a bit like him, but you're not.
I'm Roy McQuade.
Is this what you do? Are you like an impersonator?
I'm Roy
You're not. And you're not a tiger either.
Let me have this.
Let you?
Please.
Please what?
I need you. I can't go back. Let me be a tiger.
No. This time, she lives.
Thank you for listening to The Tiger Method. We hope you've enjoyed this strange and thrilling tale. The script was written by Evan Shumka, edited, produced, and directed by Jack Corfield. Allaina Wager is the voice of Jenna Carroway. Haley Turnbull is her mother, Maria Carroway. Lloyd Richards and the zookeeper were voiced by Padraig Hogan. Ada Marchenko and young Jenna were voiced by the one and only Nicole Darlington. Roy McQuade is voiced by the mysterious Sam. And our lovely narrator and host, Crawford Giles, is voiced by my good friend, Mitchell Wager. Additional voices by yours truly. Some of the sounds from this production were acquired from freesound.org, and you can find a link to those credits in the description on our website.